Hello everyone, welcome to MzansiOz Diary. My name is Connie. If you're new here, you're very much welcome. Today on the 10th of May 2025, I just want to talk about Meghan Sussex's business venture. And so the Duchess isn't just living history, she is shaping it. She is shaping the history for herself. Well, most critics, including those who are benefiting from this outrage, the business of outrage, are out there making noises. She's been quietly building a business empire rooted in empowerment, equity, and purpose. Today, I just want to unpack her ventures, not as a celebrity project, but how she has strategically transforms herself and also played a very important role in leadership, in social inclusion, and mostly empowering a lot of women, including Black and Brown people, around economic empowerment. So we're just gonna have a look and see how she's been doing that, okay?
I want to talk about you as a founder, as a CEO, as an innovator, as a creator, as an investor.
Sure, she started this as ever brand, the lifestyle brand with a purpose.
But
It has.
that's okay. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Season 2 is coming.
So that's your like first platform or one of your platforms. The second is your product line, as ever. It's my understanding the first drop was sold out in 20 minutes.
45 minutes.
Okay, 45 minutes.
But yes, after a year of work and development and manufacturing, we had a feeling that it would have some buzz surrounding it. 45 minutes was not something I could have anticipated. I'm super grateful for the support.
That's
Yes.
such a surprise. That's so exciting.
Very sustainable, luxurious, rooted in values brand. This is what I could say from the business lens. There as ever is a luxurious brand, but also rooted in those values that she embraced and her husband. So when you look at it from that, you can also look at this as ever brand from empowerment lens. So for empowerment lens, we could look at it as, she's reclaiming domestically as creativity and ownership. That sort of domesticated role of women, but also as something to be celebrated as creativity as well. So when you look at also from social inclusion perspective, we could say that the premium products, were created through ethical small batch production, mostly likely women and women-led partners. She hasn't revealed that. I haven't found somewhere where she revealed who produced those products, but obviously, yeah, she worked with those. From what I'm assuming that she has worked with a lot of women to build this product as well. So as ever isn't just about strawberry jam or garden tools. It's about elevating what's often dismissed as women's work into something intentional, luxurious, and legacy building. Like I said, very much empowerment. From that empowerment lens, she's reclaiming that domesticity as creativity and ownership. So it sort of flips that colonial gaze. Meghan takes the California lifestyle and it has infused it with cultural care, sustainability, and dignity. This is reclamation. And not for the palace, of course, but of power on her own terms. Very much consistent in how she looks at and deal with these stuff in relation to her business venture. She's also has invested in the Clevr Blends, and she had a one of the co-founder of the Clevr Blends in her podcast, the Confession of a Female Founders.
Last year, and we chatted, and I was having a bit of a wobbly moment, and you said to me, well, what did you expect? This is part of it. This is part of the journey.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, the journey is going to have its low moments, of course, but it's also going to have its high moments.
Yeah, that was really great to listen to her talking with her, one of the founders, about that, the last episode. But yet, she invested in that Clevr Blends earlier on. So from the business lens, we could say her investment into Clevr Blends were scalable, direct-to-consumer wellness brand. And if you look at from that empowerment lens, again, you can look at from the first public investment by Meghan, supporting women of color founders, and also she contributed to what we call social inclusion. She offers affordable wellness whilst really highlighting this diverse leadership. So that's kudos for her. When Meghan Sussex invested in Clevr Blends, she didn't just fund a startup. She co-signed a movement. Her visibility put Clevr on the map. As soon as Meghan had that showed up that she actually has invested in it. Yeah, there has so many people wanting to actually have a look at it and buy. So that was really, it just showed how very incredibly important to have Meghan Sussex's support your business and put your business on the map. So for her, the Clevr Blends really was really a great example to see how great Meghan can be as a person that promotes and support business, but she's also an investor in this case. So obviously that visibility, having Meghan and also have Oprah, use that, that actually helped the brand. And it's now a multi-million-dollar business. So, but more, it's so important that, she didn't just put that visibility of their brand, but it modeled what it looks like when Black women use their wealth and their platform to circulate capital within the communities. Confession of Female Founder is an audio storytelling meets brand building, as like I would say from that. So people telling how they founded the story, their business, and what was the difficult part of it. Because I think we can all agree that when you start, it's a lot of problems as well, but how people they overcome those problems to succeed in their business. This is what I could say Confession of Female Founder, it's all about. It's just to know how people are able to problem solve the issues and how certain things like, the packaging can be a big problem. As Meghan said herself, that in the interview at Times 100, that in itself can be an issue as a founder to see how you could present your product. And you might think, oh, it's just a piece of box, but it's not really. The appeal of the packaging is very important for people to think about buying a product. So you need to pay attention to everything. The details matter.
Your third platform, which I love, is your podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder. And you've had some of the most incredible women on your show. You're really supporting women, and I love that. We need more of that. What are your confessions? As a female founder.
There are quite a lot of them on the episodes, I will say. So Confessions of a Female Founder felt as though it was the perfect complement for what I was building at this point in my life. Between the series and between the brand, I thought, how interesting is it to be able to listen to the conversations of someone building a business while they're doing it? And that includes all of the pivots and twists and turns and redirections that happen. As any entrepreneur will tell you, every day is full of surprises. And, on the show, the other show, on the Netflix series, I will say surprise and delight. In the business of building, they're not always delightful surprises, but they are great teachable moments. And so I think some of the confessions that I have shared on the show include, I'll give you an example, the unboxing experience, where I was so concerned on the aesthetic of how something would be received, because it goes back to presentation and hospitality in so many ways. I said, could we have the dimensions on the box? He said, no. I said, well, I need to get the dimensions. They were finally able to give them to me, what the 3PL was going to have in the tissue paper, but I needed to see it and feel it. I needed my hands in it, which I think is part of, for me, my authentic self is really being involved in the creative and the granular. So I went online, I bought all these cardboard boxes, bought all the tissue paper and the filler and everything that should go inside, and I just sat there in my kitchen replicating this unboxing until I realized I think this is going to be the right metric and size that we're looking for. But the confession of that is that's not glamorous. That's not what I think people imagine I'm doing in my kitchen, but it's important. And a lot of those are revealed throughout the 8 episodes of the series with Lemonada, which is a female-founded podcast production company that I'm working with. And they're fantastic.
Yeah, I kind of like the confession of female founder because you kind of hear a lot of things that you don't get to hear people talk about how they funded a business. You get to hear the other end, the outcome, how they've succeeded, but you don't hear the struggle. So I enjoyed that episode. Many of those episodes in that Lemonada Confession of Female Founder have been really great. It's on Spotify, so it's great to listen to. The other thing about this is that the Lemonada, it lifts, because it's a confession of female founders, it also lifts female voices. So I mostly underestimated female founders. I get to lift them to hear their stories. The third thing, which I said, her business is always about social inclusion. So access to honest conversation about motherhood, health, wellness, and well-being, mental health as well. And also that leadership that is so lacking in the business environment, and also that mentoring support. That's very important for anyone in career. When you start your career, when you move up, you still need to have a mentor. All right, never forget to have your own mentor who will be out there behind you. There's always a mentor. For anyone that you look at that's successful, there's always a person behind them who's actually looking after them. It's not just even people who are succeeding, people even who are failing. They still need to have mentor. Mentor is so important. Never really neglect having a mentor. So her new podcast with Lemonada isn't just a side project. It's thought leadership. In a world where women, especially Black and brown women, are told to be quiet and stay humbled, Meghan has created a space for all of us to be loud, to be honest, and also to be seen. It's about rewriting the narrative, one conversation at a time. This is the confession of a female founder. This is how I see it being, and it's actually a very important one. Obviously, she and her husband have a social impact army of the Archewell Foundation. So that one isn't just about the charity for photo ops. It's a platform for ethical storytelling. One for that actually centers healing, justice, and inclusion. So they move from mental health support to partnership with youth-focused programs. Meghan and Prince Harry's leadership here is really rooted in systemic impact, not just saviorism. It's really good. I like that concept. What Meghan Sussex is building is more than a business. It's a blueprint for value-led leadership that prioritizes impact over image and also empowerment over perfection. Her businesses lift as they climb, so they circulate the wealth, they reclaim spaces, and they also remind us that we don't need to be invited to the table. We can build our own.
But I think confession for you today that I could very comfortably say is I'm the happiest that I've ever been. And that part, to have a partner and a husband who is just so supportive, and to have healthy kids that are so joyful in the freeness of their life and the safety of their life that we create for them, of all the things that have happened in my life, I never would have imagined getting here at this point. I would feel just so happy and grateful, and I really do.
Well, that's amazing. And that really does come out in your show. You obviously have to just let some things go. I love that you're high-low. This all looks wonderful, but you can do some of it. It's not perfection. It's just,
No.
I love how a journalist from Business Insider lived your life for a week, or tried to live the show for a week.
Okay, that I didn't hear about. What was their week
Oh,
like?
my team's like, don't talk about it.
What was their week
Other
like?
media company, but
That's so
I
funny.
love that, and you can, not on the script. You can live this life. You've brought this life to the world
Wow.
in such a beautiful way. And backstage we were just talking about, we kind of need hope. I like to say fun, but hope, and you're really focused on that. So
Well, I think
we appreciate it.
Thank you. I mean, I think hope maybe is one word for it. Also, just people wanting to reconnect with each other, really wanting to have a sense of community and to feel grounded in something that's real and that's not that complicated. I think as a working mom, and again, these are 3 projects that we're all launching really at the same time. So the behind the scenes for the past year and a half have been incredibly busy and ambitious, but to see it all come to life and try to give yourself the space and the grace to make mistakes, to know that you're not going to get it right every day.
So let us know in your comment section below what part of Meghan's business strategy resonate with you most. So let's all start building or rebuilding something rooted in purpose, in identity, social justice. Let's hope you can share your project below, and let's build a community together. Okay, if you're new here, please consider subscribing, like, share, and also don't forget to press that notification bell so you know when I post a new video. Thank you all. Bye for now.